I was so naive about the place that I dedicated my life to. I worked like 60, 70 hours a week there, and I knew nothing about them. I knew only what they had told me. I would have never thought I myself would have had 2 abortions. I would have never thought I would have worked at a Planned Parenthood, but that was my life. When I was a student at A&M, I happened to be walking through the student center one day, and there was a volunteer fair going on, and it was all these nonprofits lined up, and they were looking for volunteers. And the very, very first thing that caught my eye about the Planned Parenthood booth was that it was dripping in hot pink. And that's my favorite color. And so it was just immediately caught my attention, and I walked over to the booth, and the lady started talking to me, and that's why she was there. And she started asking me what I knew about Planned Parenthood, and I honestly knew nothing about Planned Parenthood because I didn't grow up around an abortion clinic. I didn't grow up around a Planned Parenthood, and abortion wasn't something that we sat around and talked about, around the dinner table. And so she started telling me that, Planned Parenthood's goal was to make abortion rare and to prevent the need for abortion. And, without legal abortion, women would be dying on the streets from these back alley abortions. And I thought, that sounded terrible. And I tell people I guess I had sucker written across my forehead, and because I didn't know either side of the argument very well, I was very easily swayed into their side. Planned Parenthood's mission on paper is not Planned Parenthood's mission in reality. I wanted to believe that, and I did believe it for many years. It wasn't until I started moving up the ladder of Planned Parenthood and their management that I realized that it was not congruent. It was not the same. I realized that, Planned Parenthood's motive, the primary motive was financial. To provide abortions was very lucrative for them. I was asked to assist in an ultrasound-guided abortion procedure, which is a very rare procedure in a Planned Parenthood clinic, an abortion clinic in general. Planned Parenthood ultrasound-guided abortions, it's not a standard protocol type of procedure, but we had a visiting physician in that day, and that's the type of procedure he wanted to perform, kind of as a learning experience, using it as a teaching tool. And so my job during the abortion was going to be to hold the ultrasound probe on the woman's abdomen. I was shocked by what I saw because I saw this 13-week-old baby in the womb fighting to get away from the from the abortion probe, the cannula. And I saw it trying to flee from these abortion instruments and trying to move to the other side of its mother's uterus. And that was shocking to me because I had believed for 8 years that, Planned Parenthood's statement was that the fetus had no sensory development until 28 weeks. And I had believed that. I needed to believe that. And so I believed that to be true. I had told thousands of women that statement over and over again when they had asked me, will my baby feel this? I felt this sense of grief because I knew I had lied to so many women, women that had come to me, looked to me for honesty and truth, and I had given them a lie in return. Women are dying from abortion. Women are being hurt physically and emotionally from abortion right now. And besides that, every time an abortion is performed, a child is dying. So it's not a safe procedure as it is right now. So how can we say we need to keep it safe and legal when it's not safe? I see a lot of hope, and people may not see, what I see. They may not see people, coming out of the movement like I do, but they really are coming out. Clinic workers are leaving this movement because they're seeing abortion for what it really is. And we shouldn't, people say, oh my gosh, Abby, you're such a miracle that you've left. Oh, this is so unexpected. And I tell them, I tell people all the time, we should not be surprised when things like me happen. We should expect things like this to happen, our God is in the business of miracles, right? And so we should expect for people to be turning away from the sin of abortion and to be turning toward Christ. I mean, that's what we should be expecting.